Hello to all my friends out there. So I'm sure some of you are wondering, wow, what's she going to do now that her $125 a month is gone? Oh, nothing. So this will be, you know, okay, so I have my beans I made yesterday, and I have evaporated milk, 1/2 cup. I want to mix some up a little bit. But my entire life was a darn emergency, so and it's just now starting to dawn on me how bad this situation was. I didn't know. I went to the emergency room January 15th, and this has been going on since then. But I was like oblivious to danger. And I didn't even know the money was gone until a week after the Social Security came, because January was a long month, and I had the weeks messed up. So yesterday I made beans out of a markdown can of beans I bought for 50 cents, and I had some bacon from Dollar Tree, and so I didn't refry them in any oil. But when you want, say if you didn't have any cheese, then you would use milk. Hopefully you have powdered milk or evaporated milk. I think evaporated milk is better. So see how creamy my beans are? All it is my leftover beans. And my I didn't even refry them. I just threw them in a pan and mashed them with a fork. And this is how you get your beans very, very creamy. And these are going to come in handy because over here I'm making some eggs. And I'm going to be making a nice tasty burrito pretty soon. So what I'm doing today is I'm cooking up my food, and I'm going to put it in my freezer. So I had 1/2 can of mixed vegetables, and I made another batch of this vegetable soup. And I'm going to give you the recipes at the end. And I made myself a tasty little cobbler out of my marked down pie filling. And so last night with my beans, I had cornbread, and that's in the freezer. And this is my potato soup. And this is what's going to happen to my vegetable soup that I made out of the mixed vegetables. So I hope everyone is doing okay. So this has actually, unknown to me, been going on since the middle of January. But this is how your stockpile is really going to save you, and this is how knowing what to do with your stockpile is really going to save you. Here was another disaster when my son was trapped in the blizzard on the way to his birthday. And then, we have a really bad thing today. I'm not going to the viewing, but today is my ex-husband's girlfriend's viewing. So, of all the kind of bad stuff that can happen, this would be bad if I didn't have any food in the house. So, as of the end of last month, it should have been the week after, I should have been going without food. That's why the woman asked me, do you have any food? At the time she asked me, I thought, wow, she's kind of an alarmist, not realizing how really, really bad this situation was. It's kind of dawning on me. I want to encourage you all to stockpile. Just imagine those people in Wuhan. Oh my God. Oh my God. What I like to do is I have this cooking spray, and I want to heat my pan. And then I can heat my tortillas. And what I will do is I will make tortillas with the leftover beans, and then I will freeze them like I did my soup. Believe it or not, the soup is good. You guys got to try it. So now, okay. If you don't have mixed vegetables, they sell these at 50 cents at Walmart. And what I have is croutons and crackers. Those really help. Here is the marked down pie crust that I made the tasty cobbler out of. And what I did was I just put the, how this happened is I'm so grateful to this follower. She said I would make a dump cake with those. I stockpile those. I would make a dump cake, and I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. And so I bought several of these marked down. Glad I did. That cobbler looks good. Okay, so what I did is I made a half a batch. It calls for 2 cups, but I had 1 cup, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/2 to 2/3 cup shortening, and 4 tablespoons water. So what I did is I had lard in my shortening can, so I go, oh, this will be a good way to use it up. And so what I did was I put the 1 cup flour in a pan, and then I put 1/2, well, it was 1/4 cup, yummy, 1/4 cup lard that was room temperature, and then I took a fork and I just mixed that from the middle lump of the lard out until all the flour was mixed just gently so you don't get tough crust with the with the flour. And then I made a well again, and I put water in that, and I just gently moved it around to create the pie crust. And then on a cobbler, I like the pie crust kind of thick. So this is going to make quite a few burritos. What you could do, what I do is I make taco meat and put that on, and you could use cheese. I keep that in my freezer. And then what really tastes good, if you have never tried it, and I'm glad I had eggs. Oh my goodness. And then I had hot sauce because one of the followers told me to get lime and hot sauce in my top ramen. Yummy. This is a good burrito, you guys. And I have tortilla chips. So basically, I eat everything down. And so then what I can do is I can have a little pile of beans, and I can have some tortilla chips too. And I also have cookies that I bought marked down at 99 cents only. I'll tell you what's really helped is this markdown shopping. All right, now let me cut into my cobbler because this is very, very tasty. So you get the idea. You're making soup and putting it in the freezer, and then you can get a sandwich. You're stockpiling beans and trying to get them marked down. This is like the second meal. You're stockpiling all kinds of soup. You can have it with some meat or a sandwich. So the dump cake comment was really great. That's why I'm having a cobbler. And it was strange because I was going this year is the year of the extreme frugality, and I was, buying marked down cans and stuff, not knowing, danger was lurking. This gives new meaning to that old saying, what danger is lurking. You guys, I want to show you something. Look at this yummy burrito. So now let's have a nice big piece. Once you get the proper proportions of shortening in your pie crust, and then the good thing about this, say, look at this. If you get fruit at the food bank, and I'm sure I will, and I will show you when I do, you can drain your fruit, cover it with water. I'm not sure which picture I'm going to use. Add 1/4 to 1/4 cup, for a big can. And cook that down like cooked fruit, and season it up with cinnamon or whatever you have. I'll be stockpiling these, I can tell you this. I'll be buying these by the case. You know how, this is the second batch of soup I have made off of that. I think historically people pretty much lived on soup, and that's a good idea to go back to if you're broke. Yummy, you gotta try this. You can make salsa out of Rotel tomatoes. I learned that from TJ Preps. Lime and hot sauce. I had hot sauce because of one of the channels I follow. They had eat lime and hot sauce in top ramen. And then chipotle and lime on sweet potatoes. Anyway, all of this is written in my notebook. Get yourself a notebook. Thank you for all the prayers, and I needed them. And God bless you all.